What's going on, CK Nation? It's your boy, the Boss Man CK, and on today's episode of Throttle School, we're going to learn about one of the most common things you hear in NASCAR during a race when a driver reports to his crew or his crew chief how the car is handling, whether he says it's loose or it's tight. And we're going to learn about why fresh tires are so much faster. We're going to learn all this and more on today's episode of Throttle School, and we're going to be better and wiser race fans on Sunday because we're all gas, no brakes, full throttle for Kyle, and now class is in session. All right, so think of NASCAR tire like the soles of a NASCAR tire like the soles of your favorite shoe. When they're brand new, the grip they grip the ground really well. But after miles of running, the tread wears down and they don't grip as well anymore. The same thing happens in NASCAR. As race tires heat up and rub against the asphalt lap after lap, the rubber slowly wears away. Every corner, every acceleration, and every hard braking zone removes a tiny amount of rubber. Eventually, the tire loses grip. Less grip means slower lap times because then the car is just unstable. That's why teams carefully monitor tire wear throughout the race. So why are fresh tires so much faster, you ask? Fresh tires have softer rubber and a full contact patch touching the surface when the race is going on. That means more grip in the corners, better acceleration, the turns, and shorter braking distances entering the corners. A driver with 4 fresh tires can often gain several tenths of a second every lap compared to someone on older tires. Like, have you ever noticed, right? A good example, like, have you ever noticed a car that stays out and they're running on, I don't know, 30, 40 laps of tire and they're leading the race because they want to stay out, lead some laps? Have you ever noticed how when the new car comes out of the pits, he's running them down? He's like 3/10 or more faster than him on seconds on the laps, and that time slowly dwindles away. That's what fresher tires do. And obviously that's an obvious statement or thing about tires, but that's what they do. Over a long green flag run, those tenths quickly add up to several seconds. That's why you'll often see teams choose 4 fresh tires during a pit stop, even if it costs a little extra time in pit lane. Sometimes, however, race strategy changes everything. Late in the race, a crew chief may gamble and by taking only 2 tires or even no tires at all, and actually be able to hold off the faster cars, which I've seen that happen as well too. If their lead is big enough, they can hold them off because by the time those cars with the fresh tires get to them, the tires are gone and they start saying they've used what is a racing term called using our stuff up. So it can happen. Racing is always a balance between speed and strategy. Now, let's talk about the most famous words other than "gentlemen, start your engines" that you hear during a race, that constantly when you're watching a race. First word is loose, and then the other word is tight. When a driver says, "My car is loose," it means the rear tires have less grip than the front tires, and it's liable to spin out or get out from underneath them and then hit the wall, and you'll see their back end kind of slide like they're drifting. That means the back end of the car wants to slide or rotate too much through the corner. Imagine walking on an icy sidewalk and your feet suddenly slide out behind you. That's similar to a loose race car. A loose car can be very fast if the driver has complete control. But if it becomes too loose, It can spin out in an instant. Now, let's look at the opposite. A tight race car, which is also called understeer, doesn't want to turn enough. The front tires lose grip first, causing the car to push up the track to the outside wall instead of following the race line. Imagine trying to turn a shopping cart with the locked front wheels. So if you're at Walmart and your front wheels on the shopping cart lock up, imagine trying to turn it. That's how it would be for a race car driver. No matter how much you turn the steering wheel, it just wants you to go straight. That's exactly how a tight race car feels. Drivers are constantly telling their crew chief whether the car is loose or tight. The crew then makes adjustments during pit stops. They might change tire pressures, adjust wedge, modify the track bar, or make suspension changes to improve the car's balance. Their goal is simple: create a race car that turns smoothly without sliding it too much or pushing towards the wall. Finding that perfect balance is one of the biggest challenges in motorsports. And you hear teams talk about it all the time. There's rare that you hear a driver saying during the whole race, the car is perfect. Now, you will hear them say, we got it dialed in and the car's better now than when it first started. That's making improvements from either that car being loose early during the race or being tight. As tires wear throughout the race, handling changes too. A car that starts the race perfectly balanced may become tight after 30 laps, or it may become loose as the rear tires lose grip. That's why great NASCAR drivers constantly adapt. They're not just racing other drivers, they're racing the changing track conditions, changing tire grip, fuel load, and even the weather. Every lap becomes a new challenge. So, on today's Throttle School, what did we learn? We learned that tire wear is a natural part of racing. Fresh tires provide more grip, faster lap times, and better control. A loose car has the rear sliding more than the front. A tight car doesn't want to turn because the front tires lose grip first. The best teams know how to manage the tire wear, adjust the race car, and help their drivers stay fast from the green flag all the way to the checker flag. So, now that we learned this, we're able to be better race fans on Sundays. Y'all have to excuse my dog. She's in a mood this morning for some reason. So, but anyways, all right. I'm the boss man, CK, and this has been Throttle School. And again, we've learned, we've gotten smarter, and now we know what we're looking at on Sundays as we cheer our drivers on. And remember, we're all gas, no brakes, full throttle for Kyle, and class is now dismissed. And I will see y'all on the next Throttle School.